Okay, we're back for quiz 39, and let's give you a few scores from last week. Billy and Margaret, they got a 30. They topped again for the second week in a row with a 30. Stephen Rita came next with a 28, and John and Dawn got a 23. I'm trying to feel off my head. Juicy got a 20. Juicy and Bill got a 25. Jerry got a 21. Didn't see Andre. I haven't seen him for 2 weeks, so I don't know what he's got. Carlin and Brian got a 20. Mentioned everybody. Right, we're going to go on for quiz 29, and made the first 2 rounds. They're not too hard, but I know Billy's going to get the full 8 of it because it's going to be theatre and musicals. So Billy and Margaret's going to do well. Josie and Bill will probably do well in this round. First 2 rounds aren't very hard, so I'm looking for somebody could break the 30 mark this week, first time in a while. So number 1, which musical star was Andre Lloyd Webber's second wife? Which musical star was Andre Lloyd Webber's second wife? And number 2, which theatre award is named after Antoinette Perry? Which theatre award is named after Antoinette Perry? And number 3, which musical is based on the Taming of the Shrew? Which musical is based on the Taming of the Shrew? Okay, here's a wee tough one. Which musical is the songs Tonight and Somewhere from? Which musical is the songs Tonight and Somewhere from? And number 5, what's the name of the most famous theatre in London's Drury Lane? What's the name of the most famous theatre in London's Drury Lane? The last two's tough. Number 6, which musical hailed the dawning of the age of Aquarius? Which musical hailed the dawning of the age of Aquarius? And number 7, who wrote Into the Woods and A Little Night Music? Who wrote Into the Woods and A Little Night Music? Which character, here's number 8, the last one of the round, which character sings I Don't Know How to Love Him in the musical Jesus Christ Superstar? Okay, which character sings I Don't Know How to Love Him in the musical Jesus Christ Superstar? Right, I'm going to give you the answers here, so if you want to go over some of them, I can stop it and go back because I'm going to give you the answers. So here we go. Answers are round 1. Which musical star was Andre Lloyd Webber's second wife? It was Sarah Brightman. Out of Hot Gossip, Sarah Brightman. I lost my heart to a Starship Trooper. Sarah Brightman. And which theatre award is named after Antoinette Perry? The Tonys, the Tony Awards. And which musical is based on the Taming of the Shrew? Kiss Me Kate. And which musical is the songs Tonight and Somewhere from? West Side Story. And what's the name of the most famous theatre in London's Drury Lane? It's the Theatre Royal. The Theatre Royal. Right. Which musical hailed the dawning of the age of Aquarius? That was Her. And who wrote Into the Woods and A Little Night Music? Stephen Sondheim. And number 8, which character sings I Don't Know How to Love Him in the musical Jesus Christ Superstar? Mary Magdalene. Okay, we're going to go on to round 2. And it is just a wee general one. Which English inventor Henry Bessemer invented a technique for the manufacture of what? Okay, English inventor Henry Bessemer invented a technique for the manufacture of what? And number 2, in what city in Egypt is the Great Pyramids located? What city in Egypt is the Great Pyramids located? Number 3, what common vegetable is often used in the eyes to reduce puffiness? I don't think it's in the eyes, on the eyes. Which common vegetable is often used on the eyes to reduce puffiness? And number 4, George Allen O'Dowd is the real name of which pop star? George Allen O'Dowd is the name of which pop star? Number 5, a wee literature one. Which classic novel opens with the line, "It was a pleasure to burn"? Okay, which classic novel opens with the line, "It was a pleasure to burn"? Okay, which British Prime Minister was born on the Upper East Side of Manhattan in New York? Okay, I'm just going to give you a wee date to give you a wee bit of a hand. It was post 1945, so he was born just. He was born. I'm not going to say just after. He was born sometime after 1945, so it's not going to be in the 1800s or the early 1900s. Which British Prime Minister was born on the Upper East Side of Manhattan in New York? And it was post 1945. So, number 7. Which country does the chorizo sausage come from? What country does the chorizo sausage come from? Here's a wee tough one, you probably didn't know. Across this in a wee quiz last night up in the Glen End. What was the middle name of James Dean? Okay, James Dean, he had a middle name. What was it? I'll give you a clue. It was also the name of a famous British poet. Okay, what was the middle name of James Dean? It was also the name of a famous British poet. Okay, get them answers down. Just want to give you the answers. Want to rewind that and go over some of them? Here comes the answers. You're probably flying. You're probably saying this is easy. I've got about 14 already or something. Right. English inventor Henry Bessemer invented a technique for the manufacture of what? Steel. Bessemer steel. And which city in Egypt is the Great Pyramids located? It's Giza. And which common vegetable is often used in the eyes to reduce puffiness? Cucumber. And George Allen O'Dowd is the real name of which pop star? Boy George. And which classic novel opens with the line, "It was a pleasure to burn"? Fahrenheit 451. And apparently 451 degrees Fahrenheit is the heat which burns paper. And that's all about, I think that's what that book's about. It's about, they weren't allowed to read books and they weren't burning all the books and all. Right, which British Prime Minister was born on the Upper East Side of Manhattan in New York? If you a clue, it was post 1945. It was Boris Johnson. It was Boris Johnson. He was born in New York and Manhattan. And which country does the chorizo sausage come from? Spain. And what was the middle name of James Dean? We clue, it was also the name of a famous British poet. Baron. It was Lord Baron. It was James Baron Dean. Okay, all your scores up, and we're going to go on now. What time's that? 9.5 minutes. We're going to go on to round 3. Okay, number 1. In Dodd's army, what was Captain Manwaring's first name? In Dodd's army, what was Captain Manwaring's first name? And number 2. Which of the Wombles was named after a river in South America? Which of the Wombles was named after a river in South America? And number 3, in which Indian city would you find the Taj Mahal? In which Indian city would you find the Taj Mahal? And number 4, according to a Drifter's song, what time did he pick his girl up to go and see a movie? Okay, according to a Drifter's song, what time did he pick his girl up to go and see a movie? Number 5, which animal is sometimes called the laughing jackass? Which animal is sometimes called the laughing jackass? And number 6, who wrote the play Under Milk Wood? Okay, who wrote the play Under Milk Wood? And number 7, which film has the line, "You can't handle the truth"? Which film has the line, "You can't handle the truth"? And the last question in round 3, Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, but what planet is it a moon of? Okay, Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, but which planet is it a moon of? Okay, if you want to go over some of them, go back because I'm going to give you the answers to round 3. Okay, how many minutes have we got? Nearly 12. In Dodd's army, what was Captain Mainwaring's first name? It was George. And which of the Wombles was named after a river in South America? Orinoco. In which Indian city would you find the Taj Mahal? Agra. According to a Drifter's song, what time did he pick his girl up to go and see a movie? 8 o'clock. Saturday night at the movies, 8 o'clock. It's Saturday night, it's 8 o'clock, Saturday night. Right, and which animal is sometimes called the laughing jackass? A kookaburra. And who wrote the play Under Milk Wood? Dylan Thomas. And which film has the line, "You can't handle the truth"? A Few Good Men. And Ganymede is the largest moon in the solar system, but which planet is it a moon of? It's a moon of Jupiter. Okay, all them scores up. Let me bring us a bit closer. Okay. All them scored up and see where they're at. 2 rounds to go. And question 1 for round 4. Who was the Roman god of wine and grapes? Who was the Roman god of wine and grapes? I think it was agriculture too. Okay, the Roman god of wine and grapes. Okay, I've put a few wee tough ones in for the last 2 rounds, so in case you think we're going to get 39 or something. Right, what's the Sanskrit word meaning great soul? What is the Sanskrit word meaning great soul? You've all heard of this word. Number 3. What was Starsky's first name in the TV cop show Starsky and Hutch? What was Starsky's first name in the TV cop show Starsky and Hutch? And number 4. What's the name of the seat on an elephant on which a mahout sits? Okay, the guy that rides the elephant is called a mahout, but what do you call the seat he sits on? Here's one I came across last week accidentally. I came across this one, but check that out. That's right. What is the Roe River in Montana's claim to fame? Okay, the Roe River, R-O-E. What is the Roe River? It's in Montana. What's its claim to fame? The Roe River, or the River Roe. Probably think it's a Roe River. Number 6. Michael Wilding, Mike Todd, and Conrad Hilton Jr. were all married to which actress? Okay, Michael Wilding, Mike Todd, and Conrad Hilton Jr. were all married to which actress? And number 7, who wrote the book Uncle Tom's Cabin? Who wrote the book Uncle Tom's Cabin? Number 8, according to Janis Joplin, what is just another word for nothing else to lose? According to Janis Joplin, what is just another word for nothing else to lose? Okay, get them answers down. If you want to go back and go over some of them, because I'm going to give you the answers to round 4. Number 1, who was a Roman god of wine and grapes? It's Bacchus. He was sometimes called Dionysus. And he was also the last god to join the Olympians. Now there was 12 Olympian gods. He was the last one to join. He was the 12th one. Bacchus. What's a Sanskrit word meaning great soul? Mahatma, as in Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma, great soul. And what was Starsky's first name in the TV cop show, Starsky and Hutch? It was David. And what's the name of the seat on an elephant on which a mahout sits? It's a howdah, Howdah, a howdah. And what is the Roe River and Montana's claim to fame? It's the shortest river in the world. It's 201 feet in length, and it flows parallel to the Missouri River. It's just 201 feet. It's the shortest river in the world. Okay, number 6. Michael Wilding, Mike Todd, and Conrad Hilton Jr. were all married to which actress? Elizabeth Taylor. And who wrote Uncle Tom's Cabin? It's the anti-slavery book. It was Harriet Beecher Stowe. And according to Janis Joplin, what is just another word for nothing else to lose? It was freedom. What was that? It's me and you and Bobby McGee or something. Right, number, the very last one, and it's oh, it's not too hard. I think he's got a good score this week, most days. Number 1, what's taken from your body when a phlebotomy was performed? What is taken from your body when a phlebotomy was performed? Number 2, who was president of the USA when exploration of the Star Wars program began? Who was president of the USA when exploration of the Star Wars program began? Number 3, what is a female donkey called? What is a female donkey called? And number 4, which product used in the treatment of malaria is found in tonic water? Okay, which product used in the treatment of malaria is found in tonic water? And number 5, what does a theodolite measure? What does a theodolite measure? Just need one word, okay? Robert Menzies was Prime Minister of which country? Robert Menzies was Prime Minister of which country? And number 7, who wrote Lorna Doone? Okay, who wrote the book Lorna Doone? This is a wee tough one here. Some of you have probably came across this. Which Prime Minister's father was a trapeze artist? Okay, which British Prime Minister's father was a trapeze artist? Okay, he was British Prime Minister. His father was a trapeze artist, but who was the Prime Minister? Okay, that was the last question of 39. So the next one's going to be 40. They're almost a year of quizzes. Don't believe it's gone that long. Right, here's the answers coming up. Hopefully you've paused it here, so I'm going back over some of them. So don't forget to let me know how you've done. Number 1 in the last go round is the answers. What is taken from your body when a phlebotomy was performed? It was blood. Phlebotomist takes your blood. And who was president of the USA when the exploration of the Star Wars program began? It was Ronald Reagan. And what's a female donkey called? A jenny. And number 4, which product used in the treatment of malaria is found in tonic water? Quinine. And number 5, what does a theodolite measure? Measures angles. It's a thing on a building site, you see them looking through. It's on a tripod and they look through like a wee telescope thing. It measures angles. And Robert Menzies was Prime Minister of which country? Australia. And who wrote Lorna Doone? R.D. Blackmore. And the last question, which Prime Minister's father was a trapeze artist? John Majors. He travelled around in theatres and circuses in his early days. Right, there we go. Let me know how you've done and have a good weekend, and I'll see you next week hopefully. Catch you soon.